Alright, so I went to backport all my changes to a more to an old version of Rectified to get rid of a crash associated with inventory. And as I backported everything, I noticed that it was actually the callback to add my aimer dot and to realign my weapons. When I unparent and parent the weapon every single frame, I have to use a point of reference to move them and attach them. But this reference was always one frame behind because the copy rotation constraint happened after the logic frame. So I made a callback to deal with this, and it works. That's what puts out my dot and moves my gun, and how I have physics on my gun. You'll notice if I turn these callbacks on, physics on, turn off the 2D filters because they look really weird with the physics visualization. Okay, so now when I have a weapon, if I walk up to a wall, see the contact point. So it was this system that was kind of giving me trouble because my callback to deal with it was crashing the game when I pulled a new weapon out of the inventory. And it was something to do with the fact that the data was changing in between when the callback was called, and something to do with everything happening so close together. And I added this little chunk of code right here. If blarg in the weapon, then do your stuff. And then none of the weapons start out with that property, but the actor will add that property to a weapon he's holding, but at the beginning of his logic. It's right up here somewhere. There we go. So what this does is this property is not in any weapons when they're first added to the scene. They're added on the next frame, so the callback skips it, which is kind of silly complicated, but that one frame not happening means that the inventory does not crash the game. So, silly, but it worked. So the game's working.